5 dashes today on Maritimer Day here at EPR. We have Lucky Dealer and Jill Barrio, Rody Ryan and Wayne Watson. Cocan Painter, Jerry Gallant, Misty Breeze and Gary Smith. Bold Ryan and Gord Hennessy. Acton Ideal, Mike Stevenson. Casada Hanover, Todd Trites, and outside 8, Radiant Kate. Ross McDonald. Field is at the head of the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing. That's Cocan Painter out for the early lead, but out strong as well from post 5. That is Bold Ryan as they race into the first turn. Bold Ryan has grabbed the top. Cocan Painter sits in the pocket now. Racing in second, then back third is Rody Ryan. Getting away fourth on the inside is Acton Ideal. Then it's Casada Hanover fifth. Racing 6, Radiant Kate. Then it's back to Lucky Dealer in seventh. And your trailer, Misty Breeze, can see them all. They're single files to the opening quarter mile station. And Gord Hennessy has Bold Ryan on the front. Leading now a length and a half. Cocan Painter is in the pocket second, 31 seconds the quarter. We've got some movement as Casada Hanover comes first up on the outside. Now third, that leaves Bold Ryan on the inside, or Rody Ryan rather, on the inside, racing back fourth. Here comes a move from fifth from Acton Ideal. She'll take cover, racing fifth. Then racing sixth on the inside is Radiant Kate. Outside to Lucky Dealer, and trailing the field, Misty Breeze to the half-mile point, and they're halfway home now. And Bold Ryan took the half-mile lead by the opening half, 1:04. On top, Bold Ryan. In the pocket, second is Cocan Painter, Casada Hanover. First up, now second, Cocan Painter third. Second over is Acton Ideal. She's fourth, racing fifth. Rody Ryan on the inside. Then outside seventh. On the outside goes Lucky Dealer. And your trailer, Misty Breeze, on to the three quarters. And your leader still is Bold Ryan for Hennessy, leading a length and a half. Racing second. On the outside is Casada Hanover. Three quarters, 1:35 and 3. And half a length now on the outside and going on by Casada Hanover, but Bold Ryan hanging tough on the inside. Acton Ideal makes a 3-wide move, tipping out in the 3 path as they come down the stretch for home. Bold Ryan, your leader. Bold Ryan, Cocan Painter finds some room on the outside. Acton Ideal between them, Casada Hanover, but it's Bold Ryan. Bold Ryan's going to hold on to win over Casada Hanover. Acton Ideal for third, Cocan Painter fourth, and on the outside came Lucky Dealer outside fifth. Time for the mile, 2:07 and 3. Romeo Boucher, Edmond Gagnon, trained by Alain Bergeron with driver Gord Hennessy. Bold Ryan picks up a maiden record this afternoon as he goes wire to wire, 2:07 and 3/5. Bold Ryan, Gord Hennessy is the son of Liz Ryan, takes a maiden this afternoon, 2:07 and 3. The second race in the hands of the starter, field of 8. We have Fastest Can Be and Bob Kraft. Lone Water GW, Mark Hollett. Bob's Birthday and Rick Armstrong. Table Damage, Joe Campbell. Chip in the Pocket, Mark Haig. Duchess of Windsor and Joe Barrio. Cocan Harbor, Jerry Gallant. Outside 8, the Free-Legged Grandiose. And Lonnie Stokes, 8 starters for race 2, top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off from the far outside. That's Duchess of Windsor going out for the early lead, and she'll get there uncontested. Then racing second now is Table Damage. Back in third, Bob's Birthday. And he's a bit rough on the outside. Now going around him goes Lone Water GW. Now racing in third. Then on the outside and pacing fourth, the Free-Legged Grandiose. She'll find the pylons in fourth. Then Bob's Birthday now sits back fifth. Then Chip in the Pocket outside sixth. Then it's back to the 2 trailers, Cocan Harbor. And Fastest Can Be is Duchess of Windsor. Was by the opening quarter, 29 and 3, Duchess of Windsor. Then racing in second with the pocket trip is Table Damage. Looking third, Lone Water GW. Here comes Grandiose. She's out to move, and out from third comes Lone Water GW. As they come through the stretch to the half, Duchess of Windsor. Then Table Damage on the pylon second. Outside, Lone Water GW third. Fourth is Grandiose. Then it's back to Chip in the Pocket, Bob's Birthday, Cocan Harbor, and Fastest Can Be. They were by the half, 1-1-1. Past the paddock turn, second time around, Duchess of Windsor. Then Table Damage, back to second, Lone Water GW. Outside, third, racing fourth is Grandiose. Outside, fifth, Bob's Birthday. Then it's back to Chip in the Pocket, sixth. Racing seventh, Cocan Harbor, and way back to Fastest Can Be, as Duchess of Windsor will take the three-quarter lead. They were by that marker with Table Damage. Stalking in second, the three-quarters in 1:32. Duchess of Windsor, Table Damage, closing the gap with every stride in second. Then racing third, Lone Water GW. Here comes Table Damage. Out to challenge as they've hit the 7/8. Down the stretch they come. Duchess of Windsor and Table Damage. On the outside, coming on in deep stretch, Table Damage on the outside. Inside, Duchess of Windsor is Table Damage and Joe Campbell getting the job done in race 2. In for second, Duchess of Windsor, Lone Water GW, finishing third. Time for the mile, 2:02.3. It's number 4, Table Damage. A chestnut mare, 7 by Run the Table. Out of Fictional, she by Storm Damage. Owned and trained by Heather Hawkins of Sydney, Nova Scotia. Driven by Joe Campbell. And for Table Damage, it's his first winning trip of the season. And that's the season's best, of course, 2:02 3/5. So Table Damage, our winner of race 2 for driver Joe Campbell, over from Sydney for the afternoon. Welcome to Exhibition Park. And also Heather Hawkins trains and owns the 4 Table Damage, our winner of race number 2, 2:02 3. With JF Smoke Wagon and Mike Downey. Cocan for You, Ulyss Galan, Allegro Ellie, and Doug Queen. Largo Sun and Ross McDonald. PR McIver, Gilles Berriot, Tuned In, and Jeff Lewis. You Be First, Bill Nicholson Sr. Outside is Shanghai Clyde and Todd Treitz. 8 starters cross the racetrack here for the third. Here they come. They're off, and Largo Sun goes out and bids for the early lead. Outside of him is PR McIver. Cocan for You gets away third. Then it's Allegro Ellie back fourth. JF Smoke Wagon is fifth. Then it's back to Tuned In. You Be First. And the early trailer is Shanghai Clyde as they pass the 8th. On up the backstretch, driving to the opening quarter, PR McIver, heavy post-time favorite on top. Leads now by 2, Largo Sun. Now sits in the pocket second. Cocan for You, eyes things from third. Outside Allegro Ellie, forced to go on fourth. Then JF Smoke Wagon fifth. Back to Tuned In, You Be First, and Shanghai Clyde. That opening quarter, 29-2 for PR McIver. Then Allegro Ellie on the outside is parked. First up on the outside, she's yet to see the pylons. Parked second. Then Largo Sun is third. Back fourth, Cocan for You. Here comes JF Smoke Wagon. Second over on the outside from fifth. Then it's Tuned In, You Be First, and Shanghai Clyde can see them all. They're halfway home in front of the grandstand for the first time. You on top. PR McIver, they were by the opening half in 1:01. PR McIver. Outside, Allegro Ellie. Largo Sun is right there inside third. Then Cocan for You races fourth. JF Smoke Wagon stalking second over, fifth on the outside. Then it's Tuned In, You Be First, and trailing Shanghai Clyde on to the three-quarters. PR McIver looks to have it in control. He's still 1 length the best. Outside is Allegro Ellie. Largo Sun has had a perfect view of things. Racing third at the pylons, and JF Smoke Wagon is now fourth. Cocan for You fifth. Then a wide You Be First. Back to Shanghai Clyde and Tuned In. The field is bunched past the three-quarters. They were by that marker in 1:32.2. PR McIver turns it on as they come off the turn for home. Less than an eighth to go. PR McIver P.R. MacGyver under wraps in this one. Then the battle for second, Largo Sun, Cocan for you, but it's P.R. MacGyver. No problem this afternoon. He wins it. In for second, Largo Sun. Then Allegro LE third, Cocan for you. Tuned in, JF Smoke Wagon, Shanghai Clyde, and UB first. Time for the mile, 2:02 and 3. Back to the winner's circle, your unofficial winner of the third, number 5, P.R. MacGyver. Chestnut Gelding, 6 by Man of Steel out of Trouble Dream. She by Troublemaker, owned by Roy Godine of Bear Island. Roy does the training. Gilles Barrio drives this afternoon. P.R. MacGyver picks up his third winning trip of the season. And just to tick off his season's best of 2:02 and 2, he wins today, 2:02 and 3. R.E.'s Donna, Charlie Price, Caitlin C. Down, and Steve Downey. Penelope F.R. and Mark Haig. So What Ed and Sean Dooley. High Fashion, Gilles Barrio and Winnie Ticket to the outside, Gord Hennessy. This is a race in honor of Captain Edward Wood. As they approach top of the stretch, field of 7 starters. Here they come. They're off and pacing. That's High Fashion from post 7 going out, and she'll get uncontested to the front. Envy's Future on the inside is now racing second. Then R.E.'s Donna settling in third. Outside, that's Penelope F.R. She's forced to go on. Now third and going on to second as they straighten into the backstretch. Racing to the opening quarter, High Fashion on top by a length and a half. Then racing second. On the inside is Envy's Future. There's a spot in along the pylons for Penelope F.R. back in third, and she'll take that spot. Backing off third, then R.E.'s Donna gapped out fourth, then Caitlin C. Down looks at it fifth. Racing six is So What Ed, and trailing the field, Winnie Ticket. That opening quarter, 29 and 2 for High Fashion as they pass the 3/8. Envy's Future with the garden spot, racing in second. Penelope F.R. is third. R.E.'s Donna closes the gap, and she's eyed to the outside fourth. Racing fifth is Caitlin C. Down, then it's So What Ed, and trailing the field still is Winnie Ticket as Barrio is High Fashion on the front end this afternoon. And she leads the half, 1:01 and 4 into the turn. High Fashion. Then Envy's Future had a perfect trip in along the pylon second. R.E.'s Donna outside third. Penelope F.R. fourth. Then on the outside there goes So What Ed. Second up fifth. Then Caitlin C. Down. And trailing at the back is Winnie Ticket as they start to bunch up. But on top it's High Fashion. Envy's Future second. R.E.'s Donna third. Second up So What Ed is fourth. Penelope F.R. Then Caitlin C. Down. And to the outside goes Winnie Ticket. 3/4, 1:34 as they race to the 7/8 pole. High Fashion still on top. Outside to R.E.'s Donna, Envy's Future. Just looking for a bit of racing room as they come off the turn for home. High Fashion. Envy's Future, no room. R.E.'s Donna coming on again in deep stretch. But moving out, High Fashion. High Fashion's going to win it. Envy's Future, just no room for him today. Finishing second. Third was R.E.'s Donna. Time for the mile, 2:05 and 2. Coming back to the winner's circle, the winner of race number 4, the race we honor here this afternoon, Captain Edward Wood, as we parade back the winner, number 7, High Fashion. High Fashion is a bay mare, 4 by Largo, and On the Sea Again, she by the great On the Road Again. Oh, by Ross Galbraith of St. John. Don Galbraith does the training. Gilles Barrio picks up the drive this afternoon. And for High Fashion, that's win 2 of the season. And it's the season's best. And a new record, 2:05 and 2. New record for the 4-year-old Largo mare. High Fashion, 2:04 and 2. Stutters for the 5th race at the gate. In the hands of the stutter, we have Maple Cookie and Mark Haig, Kilkerran Peddler, Todd Trites, Truce or Consequence, and Kenny Arsenault, James E.B., Gary Smith, Fox Valley Bloomy, and Rick Armstrong, Bird Tonight, and Mike Stevenson, Shalimar Sentinel, Tony Watson, outside 8 is Pete the Cheat, and Mark Collett. 8 starters across the racetrack for the 5th. Here they come. They're off and paces tentative start there as Kilkerran Peddler gets off on the outside, or on the inside rather. That's Shalimar Sentinel on the outside going forward as well as they race into the first turn. Neck and neck for the top. Shalimar Sentinel inside, outside rather, and Kilkerran Peddler takes the top. Shalimar Sentinel will take a seat. Back in second, then Bird Tonight got away third. Racing in fourth at the pylons is Truce or Consequence. Then it's Maple Cookie looking at it from fifth. Back six is Fox Valley Bloomy. Then it's back to James E.B. and the trailing horse is Pete the Cheat. Single file style they go to the opening quarter, 30 seconds flat. Kilkerran Peddler on top. We've got some movement. Here comes Bird Tonight from 3. Coming up on the outside, he's now second as they pass the 3/8 and come through the stretch. Here they come in front of the grandstand for the first time, and on the outside, Bird Tonight has grabbed the top of Kilkerran Peddler. Fighting hard on the inside, second. Then racing third, Shalimar Sentinel. Looking at it fourth, Truce or Consequence. Then it's Maple Cookie. Back to Fox Valley Bloomy, James E.B. And your trailing horse still is Pete the Cheat. They were by the half in 1 minute and 4/5. Up the backstretch, driving on to the 3/4. Bird Tonight still on top, leads by 2. He's got some company coming though. Here comes Truce or Consequence. On the outside, now getting to second. Racing third, Kilkerran Peddler, Shalimar Sentinel. Out and moving fourth, then back to Fox Valley Bloomy. They were by the 3/4. In 1:32, Bird Tonight on the outside. Truce or Consequence right there second. Kilkerran Peddler third. Racing back fourth. Shalimar Sentinel fifth as Fox Valley Bloomy. Down the stretch they come, and it's all Bird Tonight. Bird Tonight, the class of this field. Truce or Consequence in for second, but it's going to be Bird Tonight winning it. Truce or Consequence second. In for third, Kilkerran Peddler, Shalimar Sentinel. Time for the mile. 2:02 and 1. And back to the winner's circle. The winner of race number 5, number 6, Bird Tonight, a big gelding. 6 years by Knightley Blue Chip out of Battletown Bow. She by Big Towner. Owned by Doug and Ron Hildebrand. Trained by John C. Davies. Mike Stevenson in the driver's seat today for Bird Tonight as he wins 2:02 and 1/5. His best trip in 2 years for this horse. Bird Tonight winning for Mike Stevenson. Time of the mile this afternoon, 2:02 and 1/5. Best in 2 years. Kelsey, Gord Hennessy. Burnin' Boy and Mark Haig, and outside post 8 goes to Alamy. And driver Ross McDonald, 8 starters, race 6. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Keeley 3 Socks out for the early lead. Bordertown Armor gets away second. Fancy Nukes is third. KR Quick on the outside. Racing on to fourth. Racing fifth at the pylons is D Smart Indy. Then it's back to Alamy sitting early sixth. Racing seventh up the pylons is Burnin' Boy, and trailing eighth Elm Grove Kelsey as they go up the backstretch. They drive to the opening quarter-mile station. And on the outside, KR Quick's going to go for the top, but Keeley 3 Socks has it. KR Quick has a spot in the garden spot if he wants it, and he does. He backs off now for cover behind the leader. They were by that opening quarter. In 29 and 4, Keeley 3 Socks, KR Quick. Half in and half out, racing in second, then racing third. At the pylons as they tip through the stretch of the half is Bordertown Armor. Fancy Nukes on the outside, racing on from fourth. Fifth is D-Smart Indy, then it's Elm Grove Kelsey, Alamy, and back to Burnin' Boy. They were by the half. 59 and 1, Keeley 3 Socks, then KR Quick. Racing second, back third on the inside is Bordertown Armor. Fancy Nukes is first up, fourth on the outside. Then it's D Smart Indy, Elm Grove, Kelsey, Alamy, and far back to Burnin' Boy. 3/4 bound they go. Keeley, 3 Socks, trying to go coast to coast. Then racing second, KR Quick. Outside third, Fancy Nukes under a drive. Then racing fourth at the pylons is Bordertown Armor. They were by the 3/4 in 1:30-1 as they round the turn for the stretch drive. Keeley, 3 Socks, is still on top. Closest to him at this point is KR Quick. Off the turn for home, and Stevenson looking to go coast to coast with Keeley, 3 Socks, but KR Quick is coming up on the inside, as is Bordertown Armor in deep stretch, and KR Quick slips up the passing lane, and KR Quick wins it. In for second, Keeley, 3 Socks. Then Bordertown Armor, Alamy, D Smart Indy, Fancy Nukes, and Elm Grove Kelsey, and Burnin' Boy. Time for the mile, 2:02. Of race number 6, number 5, KR Quick. KR Quick's a brown horse. He's 4 by Quick Comeback. Out of Who's to Question, she by Horton Hanover. Owned by Weldon Briggs, Mark Grant, Alton Bustard, trained and driven by Mark Grant for KR Quick. It's his 5th win of the season, and winning this afternoon, 2:02. KR Quick and Mark Grant winning race 6, 2:02. In the hands of the starter, this field is in motion. We have Blue Meadow Owen, Mark Collett, Noble Notion with Todd Trites, CR's Dare and Mike Stevenson, Bolvin's Dancer, Kenny Arsenault, Shilly Shoulder, Gilles Berriot, Terracotta Gold, Mark Haig, and outside 7, Precious Jade. And driver Lonnie Stokes, 7 starters across the racetrack. Race 7, here they come. They're off and pacing out for the early lead. That's CR's Dare. Then in between horses, Bolvin's Dancer, then way wide. And on the outside, that's Chilly Shoulder. In along the pylons, racing now in third. That's Blue Meadow Owen. Chilly Shoulder left outside 4th. Racing 5th is Noble Notion. Then the 2 trailers as they make their way to the quarter are Terracotta Gold. And seeing them all, that's Precious Jade as they race to the first mile, or the first quarter. And up front, cutting it out, your leader is CR's Dare and Mike Stevenson. In the pocket, Bolvin's Dancer. Then that opening quarter, 29-3. Parked on the outside, and he's been parked every step so far. That's Chilly Shoulder. She makes her way 3rd. Then racing 4th at the pylons, Blue Meadow Owen. Outside, moving from 5th. Here comes Terracotta Gold. She's covered up. Racing 5th. Racing 6th on the outside. And moving to the outside goes Precious Jade. And Noble Notion has gone back to the back of the pack as they race past the half. They're halfway home, and your leader, CR's Dare. They were by that marker 1:01-1. CR's Dare outside. Chilly Shoulder not getting a break this afternoon. Parked every step of the way so far. She's hanging tough 2nd. Racing 3rd, Bolvin's Dancer outside 4th. That's Terracotta Gold. Racing 5th inside, Blue Meadow Owen. Outside 6th. With cover, Precious Jade, and trailing the field, Noble Notion. They're neck and neck to the 3/4, CR's Dare. Chilly Shoulder hanging tough 2nd. Then racing 3rd, Bolvin's Dancer. Racing 4th on the outside. And coming on is Precious Jade. They were by the 3/4, 1:32-3. They round the turn, and they're going to come 3 high as they come off the turn for home. It's CR's Dare. Still right there is Chilly Shoulder. Bolvin's Dancer on the outside is full of pace in deep stretch. CR's Dare looking to hold on. CR's Dare is going to win it. Tight for 2nd. Maybe Bolvin's Dancer ahead of Chilly Shoulder. Then on for 4th was Precious Jade. Back to Terracotta Gold, Blue Meadow Owen, and Noble Notion. Time for the mile, 2:03-2. Back to the winner's circle. Your winner of race 7, number 3, CR's Dare. A big gelding 7 by Dare You 2 out of Marcia Lynn. She by Ralph Hanover. O'Male and Gannett, Dwayne McEachran of Summerside PEI, trained by John C. Davies. Mike Stevenson picks up his second driving win of the afternoon. Aboard 3, C.R. Dare, winning at 2:03 and 2. Charlie Price, Aaron Islands. Lonnie Stokes at outside 8 Step and Stone Bell. And Kenny Arsenault. 8 starters across the track. This is race 8. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Spunky Emerson takes him out of there. Then up the inside. He's going to be challenged, though, as Cocan Joey will take the lead into the turn. Cocan Joey then racing second is Simply More Better now. Finding the pylons third is Spunky Emerson. Racing back fourth, Aaron Islands. Then Katahdin Country sits along in fifth. Racing sixth, up the inside is River King. Seventh to the outside and forced to go on as they make their way to the opening quarter. That's Awesome Guy. He's now sixth. River King seventh, and trailing Step and Stone Bell. And your leader by the opening quarter is Cocan Joey. And he was there, 28 and 4, Cocan Joey. Uptight second is Simply More Better. Looking at it third. On the inside is Spunky Emerson. Outside, here comes Aaron Islands. First up on the outside, fourth. That will bring cover to Katahdin Country. He's fifth on the outside. Then a gap of 5 lengths. Back to Awesome Guy. He's racing back sixth. Then the 2 trailers, Step and Stone Bell and River King. They were halfway home in 59 and 3 for Cocan Joey. Outside, Aaron Islands is racing second. Third on the inside, Simply More Better. He's had a great view of things. Then racing fourth on the outside, Katahdin Country. Spunky Emerson shuffle back, now fifth. Then back 2 on the inside. Awesome Guy outside, Step and Stone Bell. And your trailer, River King, he can see them all as they race by the 3/4, and they're neck and neck for the top. 3 wide they're coming, and that's Simply More Better. 3 wide. 3/4, 1:30 and 1. Simply More Better. Stevenson looking for his third of the afternoon, but Aaron Islands shows on top as they come down the stretch. Aaron Islands, Simply More Better digging in outside. Katahdin Country with a late rush third. In deep stretch on the outside. Simply More Better gets Stevenson his third of the day. In for second was Aaron Islands, third. Katahdin Country, Cocan Joey fourth. Ahead of Spunky Emerson, Awesome Guy, River King, and Step and Stone Bell. The time for the mile, 2:01. And back with his third driving win of the afternoon. Driver Mike Stevenson brings along 3, Simply More Better. A bay gelding 7 by Simcoe Hanover and a stylish jet, she by Set the Style. Owned and trained by Bob McNeil of St. John, Mike Stevenson. Aboard this afternoon is Simply More Better equals his season's best of 2:01, and that gives him his 4th winning trip of the season. Simply More Better, a driving triple so far on the afternoon for Mike Stevenson, winning with Simply More Better 2:01. This field is now in motion for race number 9. It's post time. We've got a field of 7. Bolero Club, Lonnie Stokes. Tarp Hanover with Mark Haig, So Passe, Wayne Watson, Kaylee Finesse, and Mike Downey. Island Excalibur, Gilles Barrio, Perfect Trick, and Todd Treitz. Illini Heather outside 7. Mike Stevenson. Field of 7 across the track in the tack plus pace. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Kaylee Finesse, So Passe, now going for it. Kaylee Finesse will take a seat. Racing back in second, then getting up along the inside. That's Tarp Hanover. Racing now third, then back fourth. At the pylons is Perfect Trick. The free-legged Pacers fourth. Racing fifth, Bolero Club. Then 6 Island Excalibur. Trailing the field is Illini Heather as they race single file order to the opening quarter. And your leader up front, Wayne Watson, is so passe. On the lead by the opening quarter, 29-2, so passe. Sitting in the pocket, racing second is Kaylee Finesse. Tarpanover still sits third, then Perfect Trick. Eyes a move from fourth. Here comes out and moving from fifth. On the outside, moving Bolero Kloop. That gives cover to Island Excalibur. And trailing the field, Illinois Heather. They're in front of us for the first time, and they're halfway home, so passe. On the outside, Tarpanover challenging hard second. Kaylee Finesse third. Then racing fourth on the outside is Bolero Kloop. Right there is Perfect Trick. Then it's outside to Island Excalibur. And trailing the field, Illinois Heather as they go past the half. They were by the half in a minute. 4/5 up the backstretch, driving onto the three-quarters. Tarpanover on the outside, shows on top. Tarpanover so passe. Then moving from third, there goes Kaylee Finesse. Up on the inside goes Perfect Trick. Then outside is Island Excalibur, the three-quarters. In 1:31, Tarpanover out by 2. On the outside, coming to second, and racing hard is Kaylee Finesse. Then Bolero Kloop so passe is right there. Down the stretch they come. And your leader up front, Tarpanover. Tarpanover shows his heels to the field. The battle is for second. So passe shows her grit coming back on and finishing second. Then Kaylee Finesse third, ahead of Perfect Trick, who is fourth. Island Excalibur, Bolero Kloop, and Illinois Heather. Time for the mile, 2 minutes and 4/5. Back to the wire, your unofficial winner of race 9. Now official, it's number 2, Tarpanover. A big gelding 6 by Kentucky Spur out of Tarport Mary. She by Best of All. Home by Brian Foster. Brian does the training. Mark Haig drives Tarpanover to victory in the TAC Plus pace. And the time of the mile, 2 minutes and 4/5. Joe Mott from our St. John Harness Horsemen's Association is on hand to help present the cooler to the winner. And it's Tarpanover for owner-trainer Brian Foster and driver Mark Haig. This field is now in motion for race number 10. We have Grammar Girl and Gord Hennessy. Notch one out, Jill Berrio, Mo Jalali, Mike Stevenson. Milton, Steve Mason. Pin Shot, Sam Hodgen. Rules and Regulations, Stefan DeCourcy. Stony B and Charlie Price. Outside 8 is Aaron M. Down. Todd Treitz, 8 starters across the track for the 10th race. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Notch one out, notching out for the early lead. That's Pin Shot on a break as the gate left. And your leader, Notch one out. Then racing second up on the inside is Grammar Girl. Outside third, Mo Jalali. Left to fend for herself. Then racing fourth on the inside is Milt. Getting away fifth, Rules and Regulations. Then it's back to Stony B, racing sixth. In seventh, Aaron M. Down, and recovering after the break is Pin Shot as they move to the opening quarter, and it's Notch one out. We'll take the first quarter lead. Racing second, Grammar Girl. They were by that opening quarter. In 29-2, Notch one out, Grammar Girl. Then on the outside, and Park third is Mo Jalali. Milt is racing right there fourth. Racing fifth at the pylons, Rules and Regulations. And making a move, here comes Stony B on the outside from sixth. Racing seventh. On the inside is Aaron M. Down and trailing Pin Shot, but she's caught the field. They're halfway home, and Notch one out with a comfortable length and a half lead. Then racing second on the inside, Grammar Girl. Mo Jalali has been out for every step. Third on the outside. They were by the half in a minute. 3/5, Notch one out. Mo Jalali on the outside second. Then Grammar Girl third. Second over. Stony B is now fourth. Milt, no racing room, is on the inside fifth. Second over in sixth goes Rules and Regulations. Then Aaron M. Down is closing the gap and trailing Pin Shot. She takes the inside route. They're by the three quarters now, and Notch one out still leads. 3 quarters, 1, 31 and 2, 30 and 4 in that split. It's Notch One Out. Mo Jalali's been out for every step of the mile and is not giving up. Second on the outside. And Rules and Regulations coming 3 high from third. Watch him. Down the stretch they come. It's Notch One Out. Then Mo Jalali not going away in deep stretch. Notch One Out. Mo Jalali, but it's Notch One Out holding on over Mo Jalali. Then Rules and Regulations right there third. Milt was fourth ahead of Stony B. Then it was back to Pin Shot, Grammar Girl, and Aaron M. down. Time for the mile. 2:01 and 1. Number 2, Notch One Out. A big gelding 11 by Top Notcher and a fold out. She by Governor Skipper. Owned and trained by Doug Beckwith. Gilles Barrio gets the call this afternoon. Notch One Out notches his 4th of the season, and he wins 2:01 and 1. Notch One Out. Gilles Barrio 2:01 and 1. Louis Bellevaux. Lip Sync and Lonnie Stokes. Broadway Standout, Gilles Barrio. Amber Moon and Rick Armstrong. Olympic Air, Stefan DeCourcy. Basie Street, Todd Trites, Waterside Apache. Charlie Price, and from the outside, Burton Bell with driver Mike Stevenson. 8 stunners, top of the stretch. This is race 11. Gate is picking up speed, and here they come. They're off, and Broadway Standout takes them out of there. Amber Moon on the outside second. San My Appeal gets away third. Burton Bell gets away well this afternoon from post 8. She's sitting 4th. Then racing back 5th is Olympic Air. Then it's back to Lip Sync, racing in 6th. 7th right now is Basie Street, and on the outside, and that's San My Appeal to a break. And the inquiry sign will light up on the board as it does as they race to the opening quarter mile. Broadway Standout. Amber Moon is second. San My Appeal makes an early move. Third on the outside is now second. They were by that opening quarter 29 and 4 for Broadway Standout. San My Appeal is parked second. Amber Moon right there third. Then a gap of 3. Burton Bell back in 4th. Olympic Air sits back in 5th. Racing 6th on the outside. Waterside Apache then is back to Lip Sync, and trailing the field Basie Street in front of the grandstand for the first time. And your leaders up front. We've got co-leaders neck and neck. San My Appeal on the outside. Inside is Broadway Standout. Then Amber Moon is racing back third. Burton Bell starts to close the gap. 4th, Olympic Air. Closing in, now racing 5th. Waterside Apache 6th. Then it's back to the 2 trailers, Lip Sync and Basie Street. They're out of it as they go on up the backstretch and drive to the 3 quarters. Broadway Standout. San My Appeal still parked second. Amber Moon makes a move now from 3rd off the pylons. Then Olympic Air is outside 4th. Racing 5th, Burton Bell. The 3 quarters, 1:30 and 4. That split of 31 seconds. It's Broadway Standout, San My Appeal. Then racing 3rd outside, Amber Moon. Olympic Air tips out 3 wide from 4th as they come off the turn. Broadway Standout. Barrio looking for his 4th of the day. San My Appeal not going away though on the outside. He's hanging tough second. Deep stretch. Broadway Standout trying to go to the bottom of the well to win it, and he does. Broadway Standout, San My Appeal second, and Olympic Air right there as well as Amber Moon. Then it was back to Burton Bell. Waterside Apache, and the time for the mile, 2:03 and 1. And back with his 4th driving win of the afternoon, Gilles Barrio aboard number 3, Broadway Standout. A roan gelding 11 by Broadway Express out of the Albatross mare Belle Elba. Owned by Mike Morris and Ricky Collins. Mike does the training, Gilles Barrio drives. Broadway Standout goes gate to wire this afternoon, winning in 2:03 and 1/5. Broadway Standout, Gilles Barrio capturing race 11 in 2:03 and 1. And the gate is moving now for race number 12, elimination 1 of the Maritimer. 6 fillies lining up. We have Brits Bratt and Steve Mahar, Champagne Flutie and Gord Hennessy, Denacted Flirt, Jill Berrio, Charlotte's Liz, and Todd Trites. Margarita Rita and Kenny Arsenault and Majestic Rose gets post 6 for Pooker McCollum. Field of 6. Elimination 1 of the Maritimer stake. Here they come. They're off and pacing. No surprise here. Charlotte's Liz goes out for the early lead. Brits Bratt gets away second, and Champagne Flutie is racing third as they race into the first turn. Denacted Flirt is back in fourth. Getting away fifth was Margarita Rita, and trailing the field, Majestic Rose up the backstretch, driving to the opening quarter mile, and Trites has Charlotte's Liz on top. Brits Bratt sits the pocket, racing second. Then a gap of 2 lengths to Champagne Flutie. Racing in third, Denacted Flirt is racing fourth. Then it's back to Margarita Rita and Majestic Rose, single file order. They were by that opening quarter. A quick one, 29 and 1/5. Charlotte's Liz in the pocket. Brits Bratt is second. Looking at it from third. On the inside is Champagne Flutie. Then Denacted Flirt is a closer fourth. Back fifth, Margarita Rita and Majestic Rose can see them all. Still single file to the opening half-mile point. And your leader, Charlotte's Liz, 2:10 favorite on the board. She's on top with Brits Bratt. Racing second, the half, 1:01 and 3, a breather there of 32 and 2, and it's Charlotte's Liz. Then racing second, Brits Bratt up on the outside. Here comes Margarita Rita. She's first up to challenge on the outside third. Racing fourth, Champagne Flutie. Then second over, Majestic Rose, and trailing Denacted Flirt. They're 3/4 bound, and Charlotte's Liz is moving out. Brits Bratt is second outside, and racing third, Margarita Rita, and going to a break. That was Champagne Flutie. They were by the 3/4 in 1:32 and 2. Third split of 29 and 4. It's Charlotte's Liz outside, Margarita Rita. Right there third, Brits Bratt. As they come off the turn for home, Charlotte's Liz on the outside, Margarita Rita, Brits Bratt on the inside. Down in deep stretch, it's Charlotte's Liz. The whip's tucked away, and Charlotte's Liz wins it. Brits Bratt second. In for third was Margarita Rita. Getting the fourth and final spot was Majestic Rose, ahead of Denacted Flirt, and back to Champagne Flutie. Time for the mile, 2:01 and 4. Back to the wire now. Your unofficial winner of race 12. First elimination of the Maritimer goes to 4, Charlotte's Liz. A brown filly, 3 by Liz Ryan out of Charlotte's Vesey. She by Knightley Blue Chip. All by Mel Land. Mel does the training as well. Todd Trites drives. And for Charlotte's Liz, that is win 6 from 12 starts. She's won half of her races this year. And she puts her earnings over $25,000. Congratulations, Charlotte's Liz. She takes the first elimination in the Maritimer stake, 2:01 and 4. Second elimination of the Maritimer. Field of 6, Bedham Amanda, Jeff Lilly. Northern Finesse and Dean Bradley. Miss Reagan, Jill Berrio. PH Snuggler, Brian McPhee. MHS, Let's Go Largo, Steve Mahar. And outside 6, Gadget and Gizmos and Alan Jones. Field of 6, elimination 2 of the Maritimer. First 4 are back in race 16 for the final. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Miss Reagan gets off the gate well this afternoon. She's going for the early lead. Bedham Amanda takes the seat, racing back in second. Then third at the pylons is Northern Finesse. PH Snuggler is fourth. Then racing fifth, MHS Let's Largo. And trailing the field at the back, that is Gadget and Gizmos as they race single file to the opening quarter mile. Miss Reagan on top, a length and a half. Sitting in the pocket, Bedham Amanda. Then Northern Finesse in striking distance third. Then a gap of 4 lengths back to PH Snuggler. Racing back fourth, MHS Let's Go Largo is fifth. And Gadget and Gizmo still trails 29-1 that opening quarter for Miss Reagan. Then Bedham Amanda still sits in the pocket second. Racing third, Northern Finesse. Here comes PH Snuggler. On the move, fourth. Racing fifth, MHS. Let's Go Largo, and trailing the field but moving Gadget and Gizmos as they come to the opening half. Miss Reagan. Then in the pocket still is Bedham Amanda. First up, PH Snuggler. On the outside, now second. That leaves Bedham Amanda third. They were by the opening half in 1 minute flat. Miss Reagan on the outside, P.H. Snuggler inside to Bedham Amanda, racing third, and P.H. Snuggler has gone right on by up the backstretch. Driving onto the three quarters, P.H. Snuggler giving chase. Bedham Amanda is racing second. Miss Reagan is racing third, then fourth, Northern Finesse racing fifth, Gadget and Gizmos, and trailing at the back is MHS Let's Go Largo. They were by the three quarters in 1:30. P.H. Snuggler on the outside. Bedham Amanda second. The battle is for third and fourth as they come off the 7/8 for home. And it's on top. P.H. Snuggler on the outside, digging in Bedham Amanda. They're neck and neck, toe to toe, down to the wire, neck and neck. And it looks like the one on the outside, Bedham Amanda, gets it over P.H. Snuggler. MHS Let's Go Largo will take third ahead of two, Northern Finesse, then Gadget and Gizmos, and back to Miss Reagan. Time for the mile, 2 minutes. Your winner of the second elimination of the Maritimer, number 1, Bedham Amanda. Bedham Amanda, Bay Filly, 3 by Justice Denied. Out of Sicily, she by BG's Bunny. Owned by Danny Purcell of Newport, Nova Scotia. Trained and driven by Jeff Lilly for Bedham Amanda. That's win 6 of the season. And she wins this afternoon. It's a new lifetime mark for the filly. 2 minutes flat. Bedham Amanda and Jeff Lilly takes the second elimination heat of the Maritimer. And she will be back in race 16. Looking to repeat this performance. 2 minutes flat for Bedham Amanda, driver Jeff Lilly. Reaching the top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing, no surprise here. Adam Jack will take the early lead. Then racing second, that Symbolic Gesture, he tucks in. Then racing third on the outside, Annie Bunny looking for a spot at the pylons. Familiar Face gets away well in fourth, and Cairo Down sits fifth. Back to Rackland, Fine Line, and the two trailers are Star Trek and Pondside Invader. And on the outside and going for the top, but now taking cover behind the leader, that was Eddie Bunny. Now the leader is Adam Jack. Eddie Bunny now sits the pocket second, Symbolic Gesture. Racing third, Familiar Face fourth, Cairo Down fifth, Rackland, Fine Line, then it's back to Star Trek, Pondside Invader. That opening quarter, 30 and 1/5. Adam Jack on top. Then sitting in the pocket is Annie Bunny as they make their way around the top turn through the stretch. In front of the grandstand for the first time, Adam Jack. Sitting in the pocket is Eddie Bunny. Here comes Symbolic Gesture. First up, third. That gives cover to Rackland, Fine Line, fourth. Then Familiar Face locked in fifth, Cairo Down. Then it's back to Star Trek and Pondside Invader. They were by the half in a minute. And 4/5, Adam Jack on top. Eddie Bunny is back to second. Symbolic Gesture outside third. Rackland, Fine Line spotted second over in fourth. Fifth on the inside is Familiar Face. Then back six, Cairo Down. Then it's back to Star Trek and way back Pondside Invader. Three-quarter marker now for Adam Jack, and he was there in 1:31, Adam Jack. Then on the outside, hitting hard second, Symbolic Gesture. Racing third on the inside, looking for racing room. Anybody? Rackland, Fine Line makes a three-wide move from fourth as they come off the turn for home. Adam Jack. Adam Jack, and on the outside, Rackland, Fine Line is coming on. Annie Bunny gets some racing room in deep stretch. Annie Bunny is getting through to win it. Anybody over Rackland Fine Line. Adam Jack for third, then Symbolic Gesture, Familiar Face. Cairo down, then it was back to Star Trek and Pondside Invader. Time for the mile, 2:01.3. Show winner of race 14, number 6, Anybody. A big gelding 6 by Precious Bunny, and of Bossy Ellie, she by Niatros. Home at Charles Symes of Spring Hill, Nova Scotia. Charles does the training. Kenny Arsenault gets the catch drive today aboard 6, Anybody, for his 9th win of the season. And he wins this afternoon 2:01 3/5. Anybody splitting horses through the stretch to get up to win 2:01.3 for driver Kenny Arsenault. Stetter has the field for race 15. It's post time, settling in with Back Road Pride and Todd Trites. Country Cam and Mike Stevenson. Comico Brilla, Gilles Berriot, Charlotte Zena, Gord Hennessy. Stevie Y and Ross McDonald. Frugal Hanover, Mark Grand, and from the outside is the banker. And Mike Downey. The President's Pace. Field of 7, race 15, top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off, and a good start for Charlotte Zena. She's out for the early lead, and Frugal Hanover on the outside, and way wide is the banker, and Frugal Hanover goes to a break as they race into the first turn, and everybody by okay, and your leader up front now is the banker. Sitting second is Charlotte Zena, getting away third on the inside. That is Back Road Pride. Racing in fourth, Country Cam. Then fifth, Comical Brilla. Racing sixth is Stevie Y, and far back on the extended break. At the back, that's Frugal Hanover. They were by that opening quarter. 28-4 for the banker. Racing in second, Charlotte Zena. We've got some movement now. Here comes Comical Brilla. On the outside, first up, now racing third. Back Road Pride is fourth, and Country Cam follows the cover now, fifth on the outside. And trailing sixth, Stevie Y, as they race to the half. And your leader up front, the banker, Comical Brilla. Coming to call second. Racing third, Charlotte Zena. Stevie Y second up. Racing in fourth. Racing fifth, Back Road Pride. Then it's back to Country Cam and way back to Frugal Hanover. They were by the half, 59-1 for the banker. Outside, Comical Brilla second, Charlotte Zena. On the inside is racing third, Stevie Y. Spotted second over fourth. Then Back Road Pride, no room for him. Racing fifth. Outside to Country Cam sixth. They go by the three quarters in the first six. You can throw a blanket over them. They're tight as they race by the three quarters. 1:29.3 for the banker. He's still on top. Comical Brilla. She's been parked first up. She's hanging tough second. Then looking for racing room is Charlotte Zena as they come off the top turn for home. And your leader is still the banker. Comical Brilla still right there. Looking for racing room, Charlotte Zena. And Back Row Pride comes between them. Down to the wire, the banker. Comical Brilla hanging tough, but it's the banker. Comical Brilla for second. Charlotte Zena, no real estate, finishing third. Then Stevie Y. Back to Back Road Pride and Country Cam and Frugal Hanover. Time for the mile. 2 minutes, 2 fifths. Back to the wire, your winner of race 15. The President's Pace goes to 7, the banker. A bay gelding 7 must stand together at a final check. She by Vance Hanover. Owned, trained, and driven by Mike Downey. The banker picks up win 10 on the season in just 16 starts. He's won 10 of them, and he wins this afternoon 2 minutes and 2 fifths. And on hand in the winner's circle to present the cooler of the President's Pace, our president of the St. John Harness Horsemen's Association, Mr. Joe Mott. The sponsor of this race to acknowledge the efforts of the St. John Harness Horsemen's Association and celebrate the success of A&E Week 2003. So again, thank you very much to Joe Mott, the president of our St. John Harness Horsemen's Association, the sponsors of race 15, the President's Pace, going to the banker. 2 minutes, 2 fifths. starters for race 16, the final of the Maritimer. At the gate is moving. We have Charlotte's Liz and Todd Trites. Benham Amanda, Jeff Lilly. Brits Bratt and Jill Berrio. PH Snuggler, Brian McPhee. Margarita Rita, Kenny Arsenault. MHS Let's Go Largo, Steve Mahar. Majestic Rose and Bernard McCullum. And from the outside, Northern Finesse and driver Dean Bradley. Final of the Maritimer, 8 across the track. Here they come. They're off, and PH Snuggler gets off the gate well in the final. He's going for the early lead. Up on the inside is Benham Amanda getting away second as they race into the turn. And your leader up front, PH Snuggler on the outside. Benham Amanda racing second, Charlotte's Liz. A slow start, but she's made her way now to third. Racing back in fourth as they race to the opening quarter mile. That's Northern Finesse. Brits Bratt looks at it, racing fifth. Then back in sixth is Margarita Rita. Then the two trailers are MHS Let's Go Largo, and trailing the field at the back of the pack, Majestic Rose. They were by the opening quarter. 28-2 for PH Snuggler. Leading a length, then up tight second. Racing second is Benham Amanda. Racing third, Charlotte's Liz. Here comes Brits Bratt. On the outside, first up, racing fourth. Racing fifth on the inside is Northern Finesse. Then racing sixth, Margarita Rita. Then it's back to MHS Let's Go Largo. And still trailing the field is Majestic Rose. And they were halfway home. 58-2, PH Snuggler. On the outside, Charlotte's Liz racing second. Then third on the inside, looking good is Benham Amanda. Racing back fourth is Northern Rose. Fifth on the outside as Charlotte's Liz grabs the top. But fighting back is PH Snuggler. What a trip Benham Amanda's had. Right there third, waiting to tip out three wide. Then closing fourth is Margarita Rita. They were by the three quarters. 28-2. The fillies are flying as they come to the 7/8 and tipping out three wide. There goes Benham Amanda, and she goes third to first, just like that as they come down the stretch. Benham Amanda, PH Snuggler, Margarita Rita on for third, but it's Benham Amanda going to take the Maritimer as she wins it. In for second, PH Snuggler, and Margarita Rita finishing third. Time for the mile. 1:59.3. We parade for you now the unofficial winner of race 16 on a placing. The winner of the Maritimer, 4 PH Snuggler. A bay filly, she's 3 years by Happy Family. Out of the Snuggler, she by Rumpus Hanover. Home of the K&S Developments Limited of Charlottetown and Robert McNamara of Clarence Creek, Ontario. Trained and driven by Brian McPhee. For PH Snuggler, it's her 4th win from 11 starts this season. And she picks up 5 more thousand to go along with her earnings here today. So congratulations. Going out to the connections of PH Snuggler. Trainer-driver Brian McPhee and the owners of K&S Developments Limited of Charlottetown. Robert McNamara of Clarence Creek, Ontario. Capturing the 9th edition of the Maritimer. Winning the 2nd race of the day for this filly, and she wins 1:59.3. And that, by the way, folks, is a new lifetime mark for the filly PH Snuggler as she wins the final, the Maritimer, 1:59.3.